St. Louis after that fire delay, the pyrotechnics display. So let's take you back out to St. Louis. Join our announcers Greg Gumbel, Trent Green, and Jamie Erdahl.
Yeah, JB, thank you. I will never again laugh at Smokey the Bear. Well, we've had a delay here of almost 25 minutes, and the teams are huddling up. Just to remind you, the Pittsburgh Steelers won the toss, and they will receive. And that patch that was affected by the fire will be when you look at your screen, it will be lower left inside the 5-yard line. I was very impressed that Jamie went over and tested it with her hand herself.
That showed real guts.
We of course, will be waving goodbye to Jamie at the airport today.
You know, I thought Boomer had a great point in terms of the kickoff of this game and the timing of this game. As a quarterback and as any player, really, you're here to play the game. Whether it starts at 12:02 when it was supposed to start, or now we're starting nearly a half hour later. Yes, it's a distraction, but how refocused can you get? How refocused can you get your guys in your huddle, get your guys on your sideline, and have everybody dialed in? Because ultimately, that's what you're here to do, is play football, no matter the delays or not.
But do you gear up for kickoff, and now all of a sudden you've got to dial it back a bit?
Well, I think if you're talking some of the defensive guys, some of the special teams guys, I mean, there is kind of that gearing up that goes on. From a quarterback standpoint, I know for me it was, no matter what the distraction was, you tried to keep an even keel the entire time and keep your guys level-headed and focused on what the task at hand is.
Well, it appears there's football in the offing here in the Edward Jones Dome. Kickoff was scheduled at 12:02 Central Time, and we are now at 26 minutes delay, and finally the Rams get set to tee it up. Number 13 is Dree Archer deep. Also number 30, Jordan Todman, getting set for the kick upcoming from Greg Zuerlein, and we are underway. And this one will sail through the end zone and result in a touchback. And onto the field comes the Pittsburgh offense, led by Steeler quarterback Ben Roethlisberger. 223 passing yards, shy of 40,000 for his career now in its 12th season. 4 touchdowns and an interception on the season. He's been fairly good, Trent.
Yeah, he isn't slowing down any either. This year he's completing 72% of his passes. Done an effective job not only with the short throws, but pushing the ball up the field as well.
Both Le'Veon Bell and D'Angelo Williams on the field to begin this game for the Steelers as Roethlisberger spreads the field. Far side is complete to Bell. Bell out to the 30 and appears to be enough for a first down. Up front defensively, or offensively rather, for the Steelers, Marquise Pouncey not due back until November. 6th-year center Cody Wallace fills that slot, and the league's second leading rusher from a year ago, Le'Veon Bell, back today from that 2-game suspension and got his touch right off the bat.
They wanted to get him involved right away, and you can see they're motioning him. He's the player going to the top of the screen. Le'Veon split out wide again, trying to see how the Rams are going to match up with him today.
2 tight ends for Roethlisberger. He throws the near side to Antonio Brown, and Brown for about a 7-yard pickup to about the 37-yard line. Defensively for the Rams, Pro Bowl tackle Aaron Donald, team-leading 2.5 sacks up against his childhood heroes from Pittsburgh. Terrific linebackers for St. Louis. James Laurinaitis in the middle, about to set a franchise record for most tackles, and it is a very young St. Louis secondary, Trent. Janoris Jenkins, in his 4th season, is the vet. 2nd and 3. Quick pass. Quick slant is complete. First down and more, and out to midfield is Marcus Wheaton.
The Steelers are coming out and they're showing multiple looks. You have the running backs are split out wide. They have empty backfield. You have Ben Roethlisberger is trying to see what the defense is going to do. Which guy are you going to leave uncolored? First 2 downs, he threw the outside hitches. That time the Rams adjusted and left the inside lane open, and Roethlisberger was able to hit Wheaton.
D'Angelo Williams now alongside Roethlisberger in the backfield. Williams gets the ball across midfield and spun down. He'll be marked down at the 49-yard line of the Rams. D'Angelo Williams has been remarkable filling in for Le'Veon Bell since the beginning of the season.
Done a tremendous job. Give credit to the offensive line creating the lanes for him, but D'Angelo Williams coming over, signing with the Steelers, realizing what his role would be with Le'Veon Bell, and Le'Veon called him almost like a big brother in terms of how they built that relationship up.
Again, a spread formation on 2nd and 8. Quick pass, Antonio Brown inside the 45 to the 43. Janoris Jenkins cut him down there. It'll be 3rd and about 2.
And a lot of the shifting and moving you're seeing the Steelers do, most of it has to do with Le'Veon Bell motioning to the outside. That is all an indicator for what the defensive adjustment is going to be, and that tells Ben Roethlisberger where he needs to go with the football.
Bell in the backfield on 3rd and 2. Roethlisberger throwing to Brown, 1st down and more. Inside the 35, just to almost to the 34. James Laurinaitis with the tackle.
Right here you're going to see Antonio Brown coming off the line of scrimmage. Jenkins is in off coverage. They leave the clear out by Wheaton on the inside. All Braun has to do is come up and sit down at the first down marker, and Jenkins couldn't rally in time to make the tackle before the 1st down.
Ben Roethlisberger, 5 out of 5 throwing for 43 yards so far. And Bell will run it off the right side, close to the 31. Time for us to go green.
We've seen already in this drive the different looks that the Pittsburgh Steelers like to utilize. Antonio Brown isolated one-on-one on the top of the screen, but with the Steelers and their effectiveness to run the football, play-action pass causes the safeties to rotate. Ben Roethlisberger uses his eyes to draw the safety over, gets a big play, big chunk up the field to Antonio Brown.
8th play of this drive, which has taken up 4.5 minutes. Bell, the deep back. Bell gets the football to the 30. That is the spot. Caught fire. 25-minute delay. Pittsburgh has been very good on 3rd down conversions so far this season. 52%, 2nd best in the NFL. 3rd and 5. Short pass, complete. 20, 15, to the 10-yard line is Bell. Tackled by James Laurinaitis, and there is the all-time leading tackler in Rams franchise history, James Laurinaitis.
Recognizing that the Rams are in man underneath coverage, seeing the matchup between Le'Veon Bell and James Laurinaitis. As you can see, you just talked about him breaking Merlin Olsen's career tackle record for the Rams. But from a receiving standpoint, Roethlisberger will attack that all day.
On 1st down, Roethlisberger pulling it down a couple of times, throws inside the 5, and that's complete to Heath Miller.
Roethlisberger with plenty of time here. The Rams only rush 3 and drop 8 into coverage. That gives Roethlisberger the ability to step up into the pocket. The connection that he has with Heath Miller over the years, Miller recognizing what's going on, slides over and finds that open window between the defenders.
Roethlisberger perfect in 7 attempts throwing the ball.
That's this combination down here at the bottom of the screen. You've got Miller and Le'Veon Bell down there one-on-one.
Bell, and it was tipped as it came out of Roethlisberger's hand. So it'll be third down.
They were trying to get Le'Veon out in space, so he's going to come out on a swing. He's coming up to block. Trying to get him in space and just utilize it. It's no different than running a sweep. You want to give the running back, in this case, Le'Veon Bell, you want to give it to him in space, let him utilize his athleticism one-on-one in the open field.
Robert Quinn is the one who got the hand on that pass. Third down and goal.
Based on the way the Rams are spread out here, don't be surprised if he gives him a quick hitter handoff up the middle.
It is Bell. And Bell tripped up before he got started, even lost a yard or two. Number 90 is Michael Brocker.
Well, that's the first time we get to talk about this Rams defensive front four. Brocker is getting penetration into the backfield. A lot has been talked about with this Rams front four and the way they can pressure the quarterback, but that time getting penetration to stop the run.
That will bring Josh Scobie onto the field to attempt the field goal from 21 yards out. Kick on its way and good. So the Steelers take the opening kickoff and drive down for 3. 3-0 Pittsburgh. Back to St. Louis after this. Nothing better than a little youth football taking place yesterday in North St. Louis as the City Rec Junior Rams took on the Matthew Dickey Bulldogs. Welcome back to the Edward Jones Dome, where it's a 3-0 Pittsburgh lead. Roethlisberger, you could tell on the sideline he was frustrated he had to settle for 3.
Yeah, that offense was moving the ball very well. The Rams, give the credit to the Rams defense. Once they got down inside the 10, they hunkered down. They didn't let them get in the end zone.
So we'll start from the 20-yard line when we come back to the Edward Jones Dome. You're watching the NFL on CBS, the home of Super Bowl 50. Welcome back to the Edward Jones Dome in St. Louis. 7:18 to play in the first quarter of a game between the Steelers and the Rams that was delayed 25 minutes due to a little fire inside the 5-yard line caused by pre-game pyrotechnics. And the Rams with their first possession. Nick Foles hands it off to Trey Mason, and Mason across the 25 out to about the 27 or 28-yard line. Nick Foles starts at quarterback for the Rams. Sam Bradford was once the guy here in St. Louis, but then came the kind of a trade you don't see very often in the NFL.
And sometimes a change of scenery is good. So Bradford, coming off of those two back-to-back seasons of ACL injuries, getting a fresh start in Philadelphia. Nick Foles getting a fresh start here in St. Louis with an offense that he feels a little bit more comfortable running.
On 2nd and 3, Foles to throw. Pulls it down a couple of times. Moving now, and is caught from behind and brought down at the 25-yard line. Stephon Tuitt adds to his team-leading sack statistics. Tuitt, the second-year defensive end out of Notre Dame.
Tuitt will be to the outside. Comes through, gets a pressure on Foles as he's trying to scramble. That time, both routes for the Rams were up the field. Not much underneath for Foles to dump it off to.
3rd and 5. On the blitz, out of the backfield. That is complete across the 35. Trey Mason to the 40-yard line and a first down for St. Louis.
Talk to Keith Butler about the defense that they were going to utilize against this young Rams offensive line. You'll see the pressure that the Steelers bring. They try and overload one side. Mason gets out of the backfield untouched. Foles recognizes it, gets him the ball quickly before they can rally to make that tackle. Will Allen, playing the safety position, was the first defender that had a chance to come up and get him.
Keith Butler, the defensive coordinator in his first year here in Pittsburgh, replacing the great Dick LeBeau. On first down, Mason for about a yard to the 41. Let's get our first update of the day. Back to New York. James Brown, Tony Gonzalez.
Greg, talk about a first.
Yeah, right here, Marcus Mariota, he drops back. Throws a good ball, but it gets picked off here by Dwight Lowry. He's going to take it all the way back 69 yards. And like JB said, that is the first interception of Marcus Mariota's career, returned for a touchdown.
Back to Greg Gumbel and Trent Green.
Boy, I bet quarterbacks hate being blamed for an interception on a play like that.
It does. That's where the blame falls.
Pass to the near side is complete and out of bounds is Lance Kendricks, the tight end. It is a very young Rams O-line with two rookies in Brown and Havenstein. Right guard Roger Stafford, the veteran, in his 6th year. And the Rams with an electrifying football player and wide receiver and kick returner, Tavon Austin, in his 3rd year out of West Virginia.
Well, it's important to get the running game going today. Tavon Austin, coming into this game, was the leading rusher for the Rams team.
3rd and 2. Quick drop, quick pass, a little bit too low for Kendricks to handle.
3rd and short, the Rams go a little Steeler look here and spread everybody out. Kendricks not locating the ball. It was a little bit low, but it doesn't look like he was able to get his eyes on it as he's slow with his hands to go for the football.
On second take, it wasn't as low as I thought it was.
It was definitely catchable. I just don't think he saw it.
Antonio Brown is deep for the punt. He makes the fair catch call and makes the catch at about the 7-yard line. 4:03 to play in the first quarter. Ben Roethlisberger and the Steeler offense back on the field after this. Plenty of Steeler fans on hand as Pittsburgh begins from its own 7-yard line. Le'Veon Bell behind Roethlisberger, and he gets the handoff. Tries the left side and breaks through. 20. Across the 25 to about the 27-yard line. The ball came loose. Rams say they have it, but he is ruled down.
Watch as Le'Veon goes to the ground. It looks like the ball moved as he was initially hit, but then he resecured. Right there it comes loose, but then he resecures it. And then as he comes down, the elbow hits the ground, it pops out.
Welcome back to work, Le'Veon. Quick pass far side, and that is complete to Darius Hayward-Bay. And Bay across the 30 to about the 33. Let's get another NFL Today update from New York, guys.
Hey, Greg, Darren Sproles, plenty of juice still left in those legs.
Yes, he does, JB. Look at this. He's going to take this punt return all the way back 89 yards, making everybody miss along the way. This is his 6th career punt return. Darren Sproles is off to a good start. The Eagles are off to a good start, 10-0.
Back to Greg Gumbel.
All right, guys, thank you. 2nd and 4 for Roethlisberger and the Steelers. Then going to throw the deep cut, and that's complete midfield. Antonio Brown. First down. Trumaine Johnson on the tackle.
Well, this is his recognizing. He's got one-on-one with off coverage. Ben Roethlisberger knows he has a skinny post on the backside. This is a timing route that you rep over and over and over again. The ball comes out of Ben Roethlisberger's hands before Antonio Brown even comes out of the cut.
That's a 19-yard pickup. Brown, 4 catches for 40 yards already. We have 2:20 to play in the first. Roethlisberger throwing, got his man again. And again, it's Antonio Brown.
You'll see the trade-off here with Le'Veon Bell going to the flat. Ogletree, the linebacker, has to cover that slant by Antonio Brown, and he recognizes it too late. He tries sticking out that left arm, but can't slow him down, and another big chunk for the Steelers.
35th straight game with 5 or more catches and 50 or more yards. That's an NFL record. On first down, Bell. And initiates the contact on the near side of the field at the 30-yard line before he goes out of bounds. Hey, tomorrow, catch a new Life in Pieces, the most watched new comedy of the season, after a new Big Bang Theory here on CBS.
I was surprised that last time to see Roethlisberger go with the run. They had the middle of the field closed, which meant they had an extra defender in the box. This time it looks like middle of the field closed again. Look for him to throw. I said middle of the field closed. You got a safety by himself in the deep middle. Ben may think they're trying to disguise defensively and checks it to the draw late. This is Bell.
And Bell fights his way to the 30-yard line. Ethan Westbrooks, a second-year D lineman out of West Texas A&M.
Little
Makes the top.
Little cat and mouse from Greg Williams' defense on the Rams side there. Safety's trying to disguise rotation, not let Ben get into any kind of rhythm from a play calling standpoint as that play clock was winding down.
3rd and 7.
Two trains of thought here. You either blitz and try and get a sack and knock them out of field goal range, or you drop your guys into coverage and try and keep them short of the sticks.
Roethlisberger, sideline, complete to the 15-yard line. Antonio Brown again. He is just a handful, an absolute handful, and that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. 3-0 Steelers, and the Steelers knocking on the door again.
What we're having here is Antonio Brown is going to come on a comeback route. You can see the coverage is going to be an off coverage, but Alec Ogletree, the inside linebacker, he has to get underneath that route. He can't allow that route to happen. That is really, the corner is giving cushion so he doesn't get beat deep. The underneath coverage has to be the linebacker taking that away, unless you have a safety to that side of the field, but the safety was on the other side, so that tells me there Alec Ogletree has to undercut that and not give that passing lane.
As we start the second quarter, welcome back to St. Louis. First down, Pittsburgh at the St. Louis 15-yard line as they change ends. Roethlisberger, little pump fake, pulls it down, all kinds of time. Coming over the middle, complete to Le'Veon Bell. And Bell, big collision close to the 5-yard line. Marked down at the 6.
Well, that's what the Rams are counting on, is be able to put pressure and drop guys into coverage. That time they weren't able to get any pressure. Gave Ben Roethlisberger plenty of time to get that ball off to Le'Veon Bell. Was on the far left side of the field, dragging all the way across, so you can tell the amount of time he had for that route to take shape.
2nd and 1. They throw it in, incomplete. Inside the 5, and a flag is thrown. Intended for Heath Miller, covered by T.J. McDonald. And the conversation being held down at the 2-yard line.
Looks like T.J. McDonald is going to be
no
called.
Foul on the play, 3rd down.
So they talked about it.
Rams decide to bring pressure and go man across the board. Roethlisberger just trying to get the ball out of his hands quickly. Ultimately determined it wasn't a penalty.
3rd and 1. Roethlisberger now 12 of 14 throwing for 136 yards. Bell in the backfield. Bell gets the handoff to the 4.
Last possession, the Steelers were able to get down inside the 5 and not punch it into the end zone. This time it looks like they're going to spread out here on 1st and goal. Try and create some mismatch on the outside.
Throwing it to the far side and all over that at the 10-yard line. The Ram defense led by Rodney McLeod.
Watch McLeod. McLeod is going to be right here, and he reads it, and he shoots into the backfield, and is the one that makes this tackle. Good recognition on his part. That's good preparation for the week, recognizing what the Steelers are trying to do offensively, finding your keys and going in attack.
So second and goal now from the A. Roethlisberger, throwing on the slant, incomplete. And a flag. Heath Miller, intended receiver. LaMarcus Joyner defending.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 20. The ball be placed at the 1 yard line. Automatic. First down.
Watch Joyner on Miller here as he makes his cut, reaches out both arms and wraps him around the waist. Whether or not that was catchable or not, the official's going to call that every time. You wrap him around the waist and bring him down.
12th play of this drive. Bell. Straight ahead. Touchdown. So Le'Veon Bell with his first touchdown of the season in his first game back.
Watch the blocking here. Bell's trying to run to the right, but it's not there. Ogletree gets into the backfield. He just hops to that second hole and is able to get it in the end zone.
And the Steelers, as they are just happy to do, they are looking at this as they do all scoring plays. It's been ruled a touchdown. And if it stays that way, the Steelers have indicated they're going to go for 2.
It appears from that angle when his knee goes down. Let's see, still driving, the knee goes down.
The previous play is under review.
See, I don't know how you can overturn it because there's not a view that shows, or at least one that we've seen yet.
They will look at it. We'll take a timeout, and we'll see when we come back if the Steelers have scored a touchdown. John Hussey has the decision for us.
After review, the ruling on the field stands as called. Touchdown.
What do you see, Trent?
Well, as you can see, there's not anything conclusive. As his knee hits the ground, you can't see the football. You see his shoulder, you see his elbow when it comes down, but you can't see the football. So since it was ruled a touchdown, the touchdown stands.
Steelers 3 out of 3 in 2-point conversion attempts so far this season. Quick slant, incomplete. Intended for Darius Hayward-Bay, knocked down by Trumaine Johnson. 13 minutes even to play in the first half, and it's a 9-0 Steeler lead. Another lengthy drive for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh has had the ball for 24 offensive plays to 6 for the Rams. And a 9-0 Steeler chance return this one, and they will start from the 20-yard line. Hey, your weekend begins here with Thursday Night Football on CBS and NFL Network. These Pittsburgh Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger taking on Joe Flacco and the Baltimore Ravens here on your home to Super Bowl 50, CBS Sports. And making his first appearance on the field for the St. Louis Rams is Todd Gurley. The 10th pick overall in the draft, drafted number 1 by St. Louis. Knee surgery last November off of the injury at Georgia. And he gets 2 wrapped up by Lawrence Timmons.
When you hear the response of the crowd as the PA announcer announces Todd Gurley on the carry, we talked to him yesterday. He didn't seem nervous at all. Didn't seem too anxious. He just was very relaxed. It's, you know, playing football. It's what I've done since I was 6 years old, and didn't have a whole lot of anxiety, or at least he didn't show it to us.
Oh. He kind of looked around like wondering what the fuss was all about. 2nd and 8. Foles throws the other way. This is Austin. Austin, 30. Out to the 33, maybe the 34-yard line. brought down by Mike Mitchell. Back to Gurley for a moment, though. What a career at the University of Georgia. More than 3,200 rushing yards. As you mentioned at the top of the day, Trent, second only to Herschel Walker at Georgia. 44 total touchdowns.
That's good company to be in. You can be mentioned in Herschel Walker, same sentence with him. So Rams are hoping for that type of production over his career here in St. Louis as well.
First down for the Rams. Gurley again. This time tripped up by William Gay, the cornerback. I thought the best story that we've heard in a long time came from Jeff Fisher, who wanted to give Gurley some contact in practice, and he asked T.J. McDonald, his safety, to hit him. And after T.J. McDonald hit him, Jeff Fisher said, "You want to hit him again?" And he goes, "No, I'm good." Solid guy.
That's right.
1 second and 9. Under pressure, he got rid of it. To the near side, Austin across the 40, still on his feet, and out to the 45-yard line, and that's enough for a first down. James Harrison administering the hit to Foles, who got it away.
Well, and Austin comes around to the outside. They're going to fake it, and then Foles is going to look up the field. Harrison realizes that Foles still has the ball, so fortunately for Foles, he recognized that at the last second, takes a hit from Harrison, but is able to dump it off to Austin, who, once he gets that ball in open field, is like a punt return.
From the 45. Gurley wrapped up by number 91, Stephon Tuitt. Check out that Steeler defense. 3-4 up front, Hayward, McClendon, and the aforementioned Stephon Tuitt, the second-year defensive end from Notre Dame. Linebacker Ryan Shazier, we've told you, out today with the shoulder injury. Sean Spence starts for him. And the secondary, Gay, Mitchell, Allen, and Antoine Blake starts at right corner. And there is Ryan Shazier, who had a phenomenal game defensively a week ago.
Yeah, was sideline to sideline against San Francisco last week. You see the 15 tackles he had. He'll be sorely missed today.
Second and 11. Gurley out of the backfield. Down at the 49-yard line. Will Allen with the tackle. Let's go down to Jamie.
Well, Greg, to add on to the Steelers defense, again, we talked to linebacker Arthur Moats yesterday, and he agreed with what everyone was saying about Todd Gurley and his skills, but he also acknowledged, hey, this is week 3. The rookie hasn't taken a hit yet, so watch out for the Steelers defense. To quote Arthur Moats, we might be feasting on a rookie.
Thanks, Jamie. 3rd and 6, and Benny Cunningham into the St. Louis backfield. Foles throwing complete to Austin. It's going to be not nearly enough for a first down. He is brought down. Forward progress going to be marked to the 48-yard line. Will Allen with the hit.
You want to try and push the ball up the field on 3rd down to get it past the sticks, but nothing was there. They had to throw it underneath and rely on Austin to make the defender miss to go get the first down. But good secure tackle.
Antonio Brown inside the 10-yard line. Oh, here's the fake and the throw to the near side of the field. It is caught. No, ruled incomplete to Stedman Bailey. The punter, Johnny Hecker, throwing to the near side of the field. That's the long way, and he's just hoping it gets there, and it didn't.
Well, he started to throw the football. You can see it bounce off the ground here. He threw the ball early, so this is a timing route they were trying to connect with. You'll see Bailey here on the outside. He's going to run up to the 40 and do a stop route. The first down is only at the 45-yard line. So when you see Hecker on the fake make this throw, he's throwing to a spot where he thinks will pick up the first down. He and Bailey just aren't on the same page. You clearly see the ball bounce. Bailey's able to win on the route, but not win on the completion.
In the trickery department, head coach Jeff Fisher did tell us yesterday to be ready.
He's been known to do some over the years. That would have been a good one to pick up right there. They had him where they wanted. They had the play there, just didn't execute it properly.
Good field position for Roethlisberger and the Steelers. Their own 48. Roethlisberger, as the flag is thrown over the middle to Heath Miller, and Miller has first down yardage inside the St. Louis 40-yard line. Let's check the flag.
Illegal use of the hands. Hands to the face, offense number 68. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Left tackle Kelvin Beachum guilty of the hands to the face penalty. Lots and lots of penalties last week. Lots.
Well, our game had over 20 penalties. It was everywhere around the league. We thought we were special, but it wasn't. Based on all those numbers, obviously a record-setting day in penalties, so not a good thing. But usually early in the season, you'll see more penalties than normal, just as players get adapted to playing the game again and playing a full 4 quarters again. The officials are getting adjusted as well. But last week was a record day.
298 of them a week ago. The give is to Bell. Bell trying to spin out of trouble and can't find running room. As we come up on 7.5 to play in the first half, never miss a moment of football action with the CBS Sports app. Every play, every story, and every highlight right as they happen. Download the CBS Sports app now. Mike Carey's back in New York, and strangely, he's not holding a yellow flag.
Yeah, mine would be on flames now because they're really coming out often.
Mike, don't go away. We might have to examine that a little bit. 2nd and 19, Roethlisberger with time, going to go deep. And it is intercepted. Picked off by the Rams. Janoris Jenkins. That is the first interception of the season for the St. Louis defense. And with 6:52 to play in the first half, the Rams get the ball back. The old county courthouse in downtown St. Louis. Trey Mason and this Steeler defense stepping right up. Lawrence Timmons with the stop. Let's go back to the pick.
Well, Wheaton is going to be at the top of your screen here. He's going to make a double move. He's going to come up and do a double move and try and go deep, and you're going to see the vision that Roethlisberger has. He's going to keep his eyes over here to try and draw the safety. This tells you that the Rams have studied tape. So when Wheaton does his double move and Ben tries to hold everything with his eyes, this could have been intercepted by either of those players. Nice play by Janoris Jenkins, not biting on that hitch and go and able to come up with the ball.
Second turnover of the year for the Steelers, and on the pass over the middle, that's complete across the 30-yard line to Kenny Britt. Makes his first catch for a first down. Mike Mitchell with the hit.
Well, this is good for a few reasons. Not only is it a completion of first down to get things going, but I like the fact that they're moving Nick Foles around. They're utilizing some play-action pass. They're moving him off that landmark so the defense just can't hone on him back in the middle of the field in a traditional pocket.
And Britt limping off the field to the sideline. We'll keep an eye on him. Meanwhile, new set of downs for Nick Foles. This is Mason. Mason with the cutback. And across the 35 out to the 38-yard line. Here's that hit on Kenny Britt.
He's his backside of a bootleg to the right. Taking quite a shot on that left shoulder. Checking out the right leg, it looks like right knee.
Meanwhile, 2nd and 4. Quick pass to the near side. And Austin slipped, picked himself up, and got the first down.
You can see right before the snap, We don't catch it there, but right before the snap, Nick Foles takes his left hand and sticks it down and gives a signal to Tavon Austin. My guess is that's a run play that was called. He saw how far off the corner was. He gave him a quick signal, hey, I'm going to take a one-step throw, get you the ball quickly and let you pick up the first down, which is exactly what he did.
Kenny Britt is back into the lineup for St. Louis. On first down, throwing back this side, and that's Britt. Britt inside the 40 to the 37th. And Nick Foles developing a little bit of a rhythm now.
We just saw Ben Roethlisberger connect on a skinny post to Antonio Brown earlier. This time, watch Foles. He's going to give a flash fake to the right. That holds the linebackers and creates the lane for you to make that throw with off coverage. If you can affect the underneath coverage with that play fake, then all of a sudden it gives you that lane and nice accurate throw from Nick Foles.
It has been lopsided so far for the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Rams trying to put a dent in the scoreboard. 3:40 to play in the first half. Mason inside the 35 to the 34.
And you can see real quickly here, Greg, that what the combination of Mason and Gurley as the tandem running backs that they're using, they're two completely different styles of runner. Mason being 5'8", a little bit smaller in weight, obviously smaller in height, but he's a little bit more shifty and quick, elusive runner, whereas Gurley comes in, he's more of a power back, 6'1", 227 pounds, running that power football. So it'll be a good change of pace with these two in there as they switch back and forth.
Mason again. And Mason to the 30-yard line. And Austin getting into it a little bit with Will Allen, the safety. This now a 4-minute drive for the Rams, and they're the only team in the NFL without a 5-minute drive this season. And that's the state of the rushing game this year.
Yeah, as we said earlier, Tavon Austin being the leading rusher as a wide receiver, the leading rusher. So getting Gurley back, Trey Mason missed some time as well. So getting Mason healthy, getting Gurley back, the combination, they need to get something going on the ground to help out Nick Foles in this offense.
3rd and 3. And the play clock winding down, and the Rams need to take a timeout. They will take a timeout with 2:15 to play in the first half. 9-0 Steelers. Two minutes, 15 seconds to play here in the first half. Ben Roethlisberger, his second interception of the season, gave the Rams the football. 3rd and 4. Foles on the slant. Popped up in the air and falls incomplete. Intended for Britt. Ross Cockrell, second year back from Duke, broke it up.
And sometimes when you have the arm strength that Nick Foles does, you can throw this ball too hard. It's good coverage by the Steelers, but you put some heat on it like that, trying to squeeze it in. Obviously, they don't come up with the interception, but the way it deflected as Zuerlein gets ready for the field goal.
Does he have enough leg strength to get it there, Trent?
We were amazed watching him in warm-ups, that's for sure.
That is going to clear by plenty. Greg Zuerlein was kicking him from 62 yards prior to the game. 9-3 Steelers. A reminder, coming up, the Verizon Halftime Report with JB and the guys back in the studios in New York with the latest NFL scores and highlights and a preview of Thursday Night Football on CBS and the NFL Network, all coming up on the Verizon Halftime Report. After that interception, Rams brought it back 50 yards in 9 plays. Zuerlein, 49-yard field goal. 9-3 Steelers. Zuerlein. This one will be returnable. Jordan Todman out of the end zone. 15. And down at about the 17.5-yard line. And with that, we get the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play in the first half in St. Louis. Back in St. Louis with 2 minutes to play in the first half. The Steelers with the ball in a 9-3 lead. Roethlisberger surveys the field, looks left, under pressure, and he throws, and it is complete. And out of bounds is Le'Veon Bell, just short of a first down. And we have a penalty marker in the backfield.
Holding, offense number 68. Penalties half the distance to the goal. First down.
Left tackle Kelvin Beachum not having a great day. That's the second penalty called on him.
You'll see Beachum right here. He's going to be the one called on the hold as he gets beat to the inside by Quinn.
That is a full-scale grab.
That's a full-scale grab, but I'm just sitting here shaking my head in awe that Roethlisberger had Quinn hanging on his legs, and he was still able to make that throw up the field. That's why it's important. If you're going to try bringing Ben down, you need to grab his arms as well. Nice job by Quinn on the pass rush, getting pressure in Roethlisberger's face.
Give it to Le'Veon Bell, and Bell across the 10 to about the 13. Do we not have two of the biggest quarterbacks in creation on the field in this game?
I shake my head because when I was playing, I thought I was a pretty good sized quarterback, but these guys, they walk in the room and you meet them. Foles at 6'6", 243, and Big Ben at 6'5", 240. So, yeah, it's a big set of guys back there firing the ball.
2nd and 14, Roethlisberger. That's complete. Antonio Brown out to the 25, across the 25, and about 3 yards short of a first down. 3rd and 3, clock continues to move, 1:10 to play in the first half. Pittsburgh with all 3 of its timeouts remaining. Another quick slant, another completion, first down. So here's a timeout to stop the clock with 54 seconds to play. And Pittsburgh thinking about getting on the board before the break. First down, Pittsburgh at their own 33. Each team with 2 timeouts remaining. Roethlisberger under pressure, and he goes down. Alec Ogletree. Ogletree had 18 tackles against Washington last week, came in with 29 tackles overall, and he was the leading tackler for this Rams team a year ago.
Well, Greg Williams had told me that in the offseason they challenged Ogletree to lose a little bit of weight, to gain some speed, and it's looked like that's been effective so far for him this year, as he's been able, as you mentioned, the game he had a week ago, but then now getting after Roethlisberger in this 2-minute drill.
Roethlisberger over the middle, that's Heath Miller, and Miller is brought down near the 30-yard line as we come to the end of the line here in the first half. And a reminder, the Verizon halftime report coming up with JB and the guys in New York. Scores, highlights, a preview of Thursday night, all on the Verizon halftime report. It's a 9-3 lead for the Pittsburgh Steelers in a game that was delayed at the start. But what's a little fire among friends? Jeff Fisher going to figure out a way to come back from a 9-3 deficit, and we go down to Jamie.
Coach, first I got to ask, have you ever dealt with a field on fire before in all your years of football?
You know, I'm never surprised, man. That's the excitement about this job and this league. There's always something, and thankfully we overcame it, both sides, and we're ready to play.
Well, your offense certainly look excited to finally hit the field. Are you happy with having Le'Veon Bell back?
I am. You know, we just got to finish every drive. You know, to settle for 3, sometimes that could come back and bite you, so we just got to keep working.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jamie, and we have come to the end of our first half. With the score, Pittsburgh 9 and the Rams 3. We're coming back with the Verizon halftime report after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS, the home of Super Bowl 50. Back in St. Louis as we get set for the start of the second half, the Pittsburgh Steelers with a 9-3 lead on the St. Louis Rams. Let's take a look at the DirecTV Ultimate Picture Cam. Ben Roethlisberger to Le'Veon Bell, who missed the first 2 games of this season for violating the NFL's drug policy and clearly missing the game and looking for a little contact. Le'Veon Bell found it there. He scored a touchdown. Greg Gumbel and Trent Green. He didn't score a touchdown on that play, but he eventually scored a touchdown. I thought that there was some adjustment made by the Rams before they reached halftime because it looked at the beginning like the Steelers were about to run away with this game. What do you expect in the second half?
Well, I think you're right, Greg. The Steelers were able to move the football. If you look at time of possession, you look at yards, they just didn't finish drives. So that, for me, for Pittsburgh, is going to be finishing drives. And for the Rams, the key for them, they haven't been successful on first down, which means you're not successful on third down. So if you don't have that, you need to have some big chunks. You need to get some big yards up the field.
Jeff Fisher's guys getting the ball first here in the second half. This is Benny Cunningham, and Cunningham will run it out of the end zone to the 15. And brought to a stop at about the 18-yard line. Just a few moments ago, Jamie had a chance to talk with St. Louis head coach Jeff Fisher.
Well, Coach, we've seen some opportunities for your offense to really connect, but what's the key in the second half to string together some of those?
Well, get the run game going, and we need to convert some third downs. I think we're 1 of 4. That's the big deal. You know, it got a little hard there with the defense on the field the whole first quarter, so we turned it around. We're up first now, so, you know, we're going to carry balance in, and we just got to make some plays. The interception was a huge play for us.
Coach, thanks. Good luck.
Thank you.
So Nick Foles in the offense. Play fake. And the throw is complete and out of bounds just shy of the 25-yard line is Lance Kendricks.
And that's going to be important for the Rams to get things going, moving Foles around in the pocket, getting yards on first down, make it easier for them. You can see here, first half possessions, able to get some yards, were able to get some points there on that final drive, the 9-play, 50-yard drive, but that 8-play drive ultimately ended where they tried the fake punt and weren't successful with it.
2nd and 5. This is Todd Gurley. Gurley off the right side. Take a look at the first half numbers and the total yards. As I said, the Steelers got off to such a start, you began to wonder if this was going to be a fair fight today, but then the Rams came on strong.
Well, the thing that the Rams were good about is their red zone defense. They were very productive down in the red zone and not allowing them to convert for touchdowns. And you can see Coach Tomlin's frustration when he was going in at half, and Jamie had a chance to talk with him. He wasn't happy about that and thought that coming out here the second half, they need to be able to finish those.
Benny Cunningham has a first down. Cunningham out to the 39-yard line.
You can see there the Steelers decide to bring pressure, bring a couple of linebackers, but they go up the middle, leaving a crease to the outside for Cunningham to get through, rips through some arm tackles, and picks up the first down.
So the Rams now out to their own 39-yard line, and Gurley is back into the backfield. He has 4 carries for 6 yards so far. Foles had to throw it away under pressure. And it'll be second down.
You start running the ball effectively. There's Keith Butler, defensive coordinator for the Steelers in his first year, replacing legendary coach Dick LeBeau. Had a chance to talk to him this week and said, you know, we're running a similar type of defense. We're running similar terminology, but we have to put our own stamp on things. We have to change some things up, and as you game plan, get ready week to week. He likes the unit that he has. He realizes there's pressure on the Steelers defense because of the history there.
Foles, sideline. That's complete across midfield. That's another St. Louis first down, complete to Kenny Britt.
You see the arm strength that Foles has. He's looking down the middle of the field. He just turns and flips it out to the right without even stepping into the throw. Britt with a nice sideline route coming back, securing the catch for the first down.
You know, it was interesting talking to Mike Tomlin. We were talking about how this isn't quite the same team it used to be. You're used to seeing Troy Polamalu out there. And he says points of emphasis on a team change.
And he talked about, you don't, even though he is a defensive-minded coach, he says, listen, I put my ego aside. If our best phase of our game is offense, that's what we're going to stick with.
That pass is incomplete inside the 15-yard line, and Lance Kendricks should have held it.
Well, and that was one of those big chunks I was talking about as the second half key. Foles moves around in the pocket, does a throwback to his tight end who's matched up. Kendricks is matched up one-on-one with James Harrison down the field. Just flat out drops it.
That's his second drop of the day. Nicely executed. Everything went well except the completion. 2nd and 10. And Foles under pressure and going down in a hurry, courtesy of Arthur Moats.
Moats comes off the edge untouched. You see him working his way off the edge. Nobody touches him. It was fun getting a chance to talk to him in meetings yesterday. He brought some energy into that room, and
there might not be a happier guy on the planet.
He was happy about everything. It was. You can tell he really enjoys playing football. You can see there, 6th season out of James Madison, and he's having a good time out there. He's enjoying it.
And by the way, if you can play this game unblocked, that's a real plus.
It'll really make you happy.
3rd and 17. Foles will pop over the middle. Cunningham hit from behind, falls forward to about the 42. He'll be about 5 yards short.
Well, this is within Zerline's range. He talked to us. He doesn't have a problem having Zerline kick a 60-yarder or even a 65-yarder, but some of it would be dictated by the flow of the game. And right now with Hecker on the field, it appears that they're going to go with the punt.
Yeah, not quite the flow that Jeff Fisher wants right now.
Well, if you miss it, then all of a sudden the Steelers get it at midfield, whereas you do one of these rugby-style punts or pitching wedge punts where you get the spin backwards, drop it inside the 10, then you make the Steelers work the whole field.
Antonio Brown back inside 10. And he will let this one go. A Hecker trying to bounce it out of bounds when it rolls into the end zone for the touchback.
And now, as a coach, you're sitting there saying, this is the time to try the field goal.
Le'Veon Bell, 2,215 all-purpose yards last year. In the backfield as the Steelers start from their own 20. Quick pass, far side of the field. Antonio Brown for about 8. How's Le'Veon look to you today?
He's looked fast. As you would say with some of these guys, he has fresh legs since he missed the first 2 games. He's looked explosive. Done a nice job catching the ball, securing the football. When he gets near the end zone, able to get it in.
And by the way, a ridiculous amount of body fat, right?
That's crazy. When he says he lost weight, he's like, wow, 225, now I'm down to 220, but I have 2.9% body fat, which I think everybody in the room shook their head.
Bell wrapped up by Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald's 2nd season out of Pittsburgh. And was just a rabid Steelers fan his entire life.
Grew up in Pittsburgh, played at the University of Pittsburgh. They share a facility with the Steelers, does the University of Pittsburgh. So he says, I've been around the Steelers for a long time. Fan growing up and then working out right next door to him.
There's Aaron Donald, folks. Got a bunch of tickets. Pittsburgh 5 out of 6 on 3rd down today. 3rd and 6 here. Roethlisberger over the middle, broken up. And a penalty flag from the far side of the field. Mark Barron covering on the play.
Well, and they're going to get Mark Barron with the
offhand. Holding, defense, number 26. 5-yard penalty, automatic, 1st down.
He hits the ball with his right arm, but it's his left arm that reaches around the waist and grabs on to Le'Veon Bell. You'll see him coming from the left side of your screen here. He'll be coming in. Watch the left arm right here. The left arm is what's going to reach in and grab him. And that's what the official sees when his body, anytime the receiver's body turns, that generally gives the officials an indicator that something's going on.
Second first down for the Steelers via penalty today. Pass to the near side of the field, and that is incomplete. Ruled out of bounds, intended for Antonio Brown.
They're saying that second foot didn't come down in bounds. You clearly see the first one come down.
Ooh.
And the second one here. See if you see any green between his toe and the line. Having the white shoes on the white sideline.
That second shot, I thought he stepped over the line.
That last shot there, it looks like you can see the tip of his toe on that line.
No challenge forthcoming from Mike Tomlin. 2nd and 10. Bell. And this Ram defense all fired up. Aaron Donald leading the charge again as we go back to New York for an NFL Today update. JB and Tony.
Andrew Luck would like to have this back.
He sure would, JB. Right here, he's dropping back. Paris Cox is going to take this interception all the way back down to the 3-yard line. The next play, Mariota would throw a touchdown pass. Things are falling apart for these Colts. 14 points given up in 15 seconds. Tennessee up 24-14.
I'm sure Trent, like all quarterbacks, grimaced on that one. Back to Greg Gumbel.
All right, guys, thank you. Getting noisy in here. 3rd and 13. Quick pass. Brown breaking free to the outside. Got the first down. For the defense, Antonio Brown is what you call a problem.
Well, and that's just a quick slant. You see the over-aggressiveness of the defensive backs. Watch how their pursuit to the ball. And with Antonio Brown's speed, able to get to the outside and ultimately pick up the first down.
108 yards receiving for Antonio Brown. That's the 5th straight game for him with 100 or more, and the 7th time in the last 8 games. He's a problem.
You know, it's refreshing to hear those. You talked to Mike Tomlin about him. He said he's the hardest worker on the team.
Pass to the near side. That's complete to Darius Hayward-Bay. And he's out of bounds at the 45-yard line, courtesy of Trumaine Johnson.
End of 6. 2nd and 4 from the Pittsburgh 46.
So it'll be 2nd and 4. Bell out of the backfield and midfield, hit there, but not before he got himself a first down. Hit by T.J. McDonald. Back to New York.
Baltimore back in it.
Yeah, you're going to see Flacco drop here. This is 4th and 5. He's going to throw it underthrows, actually. Steve Smith is going to do the rest right here. Breaking tackles all the way down for the touchdown. Cutting into that Cincinnati lead. It's 14-7. Cincinnati up.
Second effort synonymous with Smith. Back to Greg Gumbel.
All right, guys, thank you. First down, Steelers now at midfield. Leading 9-3 and driving. Roethlisberger pulled it down, and he goes down. And that's Aaron Donald once again.
Aaron Donald just working the middle of the line, going up against Cody Wallace, the center. He's able to get into the backfield. We gave you the brief history of Aaron Donald and growing up in Pittsburgh and being a Steelers fan, and a little bit of excitement on his part. 24 family members and friends are here at the game.
That's my baby. 2nd and 18. Roethlisberger running out of time, and he goes down. And Roethlisberger grabbing at his left leg.
Yeah, he let the ball go. I don't know. He gets run into and he immediately drops the ball and grabs that left leg. Don't want to speculate on things, but doesn't look good based on the response of the Steeler players and staff.
Let's take a look. Cut down by Mark Barron, the blitzing safety.
Well, and it's Mark Barron. He comes stumbling in here and he's falling. He falls into him. It's not a deliberate hit where someone dives into your knee. This is he's stumbling all the way through, and his momentum carries him into the lower leg of Ben Roethlisberger.
So they'll take a look at Ben. We'll take a timeout. Ben Roethlisberger over on the sideline. Just a few moments ago, he was helped to his feet and limped off of the field, obviously favoring that left leg. And into the game in his place, 15-year veteran Michael Vick. On 3rd and 23, Vick, little short pass to Le'Veon Bell, and Bell trying to get outside, and he's run out of bounds at about the 40-yard line, well short of the first down. Let's go back to where Roethlisberger was hurt.
Well, Mark Barron's going to be coming off of what here for us is going to be the left edge. You'll see him stumbling into the picture. He loses his balance, and as he's crawling towards, the momentum takes him into the lower leg of Ben Roethlisberger, and that's ultimately why Ben was helped off the field.
Tavon Austin is deep.
Well, and you hate to see anybody injured, but the type of season that Ben was putting together so far this season.
Austin from inside his 5-yard line. And out of bounds at about the 13 or so. And Roethlisberger on a cart will be driven off of the field to the locker room. We'll keep tabs on him and bring it to you when we know. No secret that quarterbacks take a beating, and look at the ones who had some notable injuries this year. Romo, Breeze, Jay Cutler, and now Ben Roethlisberger. Play fake. Foles with time, throwing. Hit his man across the 35, out to the 40-yard line. Across to the 42 is Kenny Britt.
Well, the Steelers have been placing so much focus on Tavon Austin, not giving him big plays up the field, that Kenny Britt now has been able to get a couple of chunks here in the second half, finding that window in between the second and third levels, and Foles drops that in right over that front coverage.
26-yard pickup on the play. Britt, 4 catches for 74 yards today. This is Mason. And Mason.
There was nowhere for him to go. Jarvis Jones was tracking him down from the backside and wasn't able to bring him down for a loss, or what would have been a loss. Trey Mason breaking through that tackle and able to pick up a couple.
Trey Mason missed the first game of this season against Seattle with a hamstring injury. He was their leading rusher last season. On 2nd and 7, Mason again. Mason, nice cut across midfield. First down and a penalty marker in the backfield.
Holding, offense number 73. 10-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Greg Robinson, the left tackle, guilty of that hold. The play will come back. We go down to Jamie.
Well, Greg, we watched Ben Roethlisberger limp off, barely putting any weight on that left leg. No one evaluated him when he was sitting on the bench. Everyone just surrounded him. Barely put any weight to get onto that cart. They will take more of a look at it. Am I waiting on a word from the team? Antonio Brown was able to come over and say good luck.
Vick is the man at quarterback for the rest of this day for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
We are stopping the game for a medical timeout.
So this sounds like the concussion protocol being activated.
Well, it can be, and there's an independent neurotrauma specialist that has the ability to check out players. There's also an athletic trainer that has the ability to call a timeout. So neither team will be charged with a timeout because this is an independent trainer that is calling the timeout for the team to take a look at a specific player when the team doesn't recognize that player as having a problem.
And that player is Antoine Blake, number 41. This is the protocol. And he takes the shot to the head with the knee. So they will check him out on the sideline. Ross Cockrell replaces him on the field. 2nd and 17. Foles this side of the field. And that's complete. And out of bounds. Let's go back to the protocol and what happens. Suspicion of a concussion.
Well, and they're taking an evaluation right now, and currently the doctor that's looking at him is the Steelers team doctor. I've dealt with him in the past. Joseph Maroon was the one that was talking with Blake over on the sideline, and what will ultimately be determined is an independent neurotrauma specialist will have to take an evaluation, and ultimately it looks like they can take you to the locker room to do further testing as well.
And that's what's happening with Antoine Blake as he is at least walked down the far side of the field. Just keep an eye on him. 3rd and 10 meanwhile for Foles. Brings it down, throws over the middle, complete, but short of a first down. Jared Cook, the tight end, number 89. So that's a 4th and 2, and Jeff Fisher will send out the punting unit. And there goes Antoine Blake.
You see the blue hat there, the man on the left. That's your independent trauma specialist that will be involved in this testing as well. The gentleman to the right with his arm around Blake, that's the Steelers team doctor, or one of their team doctors, Joseph Maroon, one of the leading neurosurgeons in the country.
Fair catch called for and made inside the 20-yard line by Antonio Brown. Tough game today. Back here in St. Louis, the Steeler fans still stunned, and there are many of them, at the loss of Ben Roethlisberger.
Well, it is, and when he came in the game, it was a 3rd and long, and once the defense came on the field, that gave him a chance to warm up. But you think about how durable Ben Roethlisberger has been in recent years, and now Michael Vick gets a chance to lead this team.
This is Le'Veon Bell, and nothing there. Let's go back and look at that injury to Ben Roethlisberger one more time.
It's Mark Barron coming off the edge. You see him circled there. He's going to lose his balance, and as he begins to stumble, inadvertently falls into the left leg of Ben Roethlisberger as he's trying to slide up. You see him helped off the field and ultimately onto a cart to take him to the locker room for further evaluation.
Officially a left knee injury. He will not return today. It's the end of 3. Back after this message and a word from your local station. Along with our producer, Bob Monsbach, our director, Suzanne Smith, and the rest of our CBS Sports crew, Greg Gumbel, Trent Green, Jamie Erdahl. Here in St. Louis, start of the 4th quarter, 9-3 Pittsburgh. Michael Vick under center for the Steelers. Lost the ball. And covered by Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell fell on it. Robert Quinn applying the hit.
Robert Quinn feeding Foster to the inside. Able to get a hand to knock the ball out of Michael Vick's hand.
Jeff Fisher was telling us you have to watch Robert Quinn to believe how quick he is.
Well, it's amazing to see a guy that speed and really because the Rams haven't had a lot of success on the field as a team, Robert Quinn gets overlooked a lot when talking about the best pass rushers in the league.
3rd and 21. Vick on the move. And hits hard as he got near the sideline. Let's go down to Jamie.
Well, Greg, we watched Antoine Blake walk off the field. He was evaluated in the locker room for a concussion, but he has returned, and we will see him as a part of this defense.
All right, Jamie, thank you. Blake taken to the locker room, checked out, back onto the sideline. 4th and 21 now, the punting unit on. That is Jordan Berry, the first-year punter out of Eastern Kentucky. Tavon Austin is deep. And this looks returnable from the 22. And a penalty marker way on the other side of the field. 51-yard kick by Berry. And let's check the penalty.
During the kick, holding, receiving team number 20. 10-yard penalty from the end of the kick, first down.
That penalty is on LaMarcus Joyner. 13:35 to play in the 4th. 9-3 Pittsburgh. A reminder, this is game 1 of our doubleheader, either Chicago at Seattle or Buffalo at Miami, coming your way next year on CBS. Todd Gurley in the backfield for the Rams. Gurley with the football, looking for running room, doesn't find any.
Todd Gurley, the ball carrier. Tackled by number 90, Sneak McClellan.
Out to about the 14-yard line. Tomorrow on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Don't miss special guest First Lady Michelle Obama, plus Mindy Kaling and John Legend tomorrow on The Late Show. Do you like John Legend, Trent?
I do.
He's a legend.
I do, yes.
He's a legend.
Yes, he is. And he does a nice job. It's getting to this. I think they're going to go to a play action pass here, and they have to start pushing the ball up the field a little bit more. They've had success in the 3rd quarter.
Early, having trouble finding running room. The Steelers have been all over it.
Well, they just haven't had any consistency with the running game. Yeah, they've been able to get some chunks, especially in the 3rd quarter. They've been able to get some bigger chunks, though, with the play-action pass and finding either Kenny Britt or Tavon Austin underneath. They've got to find ways to push the ball up the field, as this Steeler defense hasn't given up any big yards up until this point.
3rd and 7. Quick pass to the near side. And close, but not enough, is Benny Cunningham. He's a yard shy of a first down. And here comes the punting unit for St. Louis.
Getting it close to 4th down. We know the Rams ran a fake earlier in this game. This would be really strange to run a fake this far down into your end zone, but don't put anything past Jeff Fisher.
Antonio Brown deep once again. Here's Hecker. Fair catch called for by Antonio Brown and made inside the 30-yard line. 11 and a half on the clock. 9-3 Steelers. This is the NFL on CBS. Hey, by the way, visit NFL.com/Hispanic Heritage for stories about Hispanic pride and culture from around the National Football League. Vick in the Steeler offense from the 29-yard line. This is Bell to the 35. Brought down by T.J. McDonald.
It's going to be some different play calling, but I think you have to make an adjustment. Todd Haley has the challenge now of making an adjustment to call plays that Michael Vick is good at, that he feels comfortable with, compared to what Ben Roethlisberger does. So moving forward, even though it's not the 10 years ago Michael Vick, I think you need to move him outside the pocket. You need to move him around a little bit, as opposed to Ben. You like him to just anchor down in the pocket and make your progressions. With Michael, I think you move him around a little bit and provide that dual threat approach.
On 2nd and 4, this is Bell. for a couple. My question would be, you wonder how much, if at all, this takes Antonio Brown out of the flow of the game on offense for Pittsburgh.
Well, I think it would. I think you'll see less adjustments at the line of scrimmage than you would with Ben Roethlisberger. Ben comes up to the line of scrimmage. You see him changing the plays all the time. You see him surveying what the defense is doing and checking the plays. And, you know, because he and Antonio Brown have such a great relationship from a quarterback to receiver standpoint, you know, Michael's not getting the same amount of reps with Antonio that Ben normally would.
3rd and 2. Bell in the backfield with Vick. Vick to throw, and that is almost intercepted by LaMarcus Joyner.
Well, on this return motion by Antonio Brown, LaMarcus Joyner was the one that jumped the route, really ran the route in front of where Antonio Brown was going to go, and just anticipated that crossing route, wasn't able to hang on to the ball, which would have been huge for the Rams with the field position they would have ended up with.
3rd possession in the second half, 3rd punt for the Steelers. Tavon Austin deep. Booming kick. Austin at the 10. Coming around the near side and up the sideline and out of bounds close to the 30-yard line. 9-3 Pittsburgh. Little of the nice parks, downtown St. Louis. 9-3 Pittsburgh. A 4th quarter that has yet to see a first down by either team. This is Trey Mason. Back at the 25-yard line. Cameron Hayward and Jarvis Jones. Wednesday, don't miss the premiere of the new medical drama Code Black. Academy Award winner Marcia Gay Hayden stars, premiering Wednesday at 10, 9 Central only, CBS. Loss of 4, 2nd and 14. Foles throwing far side of the field, and that is complete. And out to the 35 is Kenny Britt, who's having himself a pretty good afternoon.
He's all of a sudden become the weapon here for Nick Foles, trying to push the ball up the field. The Steelers are focusing their attention on Tavon Austin and leaving Kenny Britt in one-on-one. He's taking advantage of it.
Kenny Britt 5 catches for 85 yards today. And it leaves the Rams with a 3rd and 3. Foles going to go deep down the sideline. Falls incomplete. Penalty marker is thrown. Antoine Blake trying to cover Kenny Britt. And it is against the Steelers.
Nick Foles recognizing he has one-on-one coverage. Got Britt running down the sideline. Blake is back on the field after being taken in for that concussion evaluation.
Interference. Defense, number 41. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic, first down.
So believe me, as a quarterback, you're aware of injuries and when players are coming and going off the field. And if you have a one-on-one matchup with a player that potentially could be injured, you're going to take that attack. And there, Blake never turns around, gets called on the pass interference.
34-yard gain on the penalty. First down, Rams at the Pittsburgh 31. This is Chris Gibbons. Chris Gibbons up the sideline to the 10, inside the 10 to about the 7. Mike Mitchell made the saving tackle.
This is just a wide receiver sweep or a wide receiver around. You'll see him come in the picture. He's going to be in motion. Nick Foles times it out with the cadence. They seal the edge. Good block on the outside by Austin. Giving Gibbons the lane to run inside, get inside the 10.
First and goal for the Rams. This is Mason. He's going nowhere. In fact, he's losing yardage. Foles St, who started today for injured Ryan Shazier.
Foles St, 51 right here. He's going to come over and make the tackle. He sees the flow of linemen in front of him. None of those offensive linemen for the Rams were able to get up to that second level and rub off onto Spence. He's filling in for Shazier, who's missing the game after that shoulder injury from a week ago.
Second and goal from the 9. Quick pass, far side, blown dead. Flag is thrown.
Full start. Offense number 89. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
That's Jared Cook, the tight end.
Well, and that hurts because they had a good play set up there. They had the flow of the defense going with the fake underneath. And
that's Jared Cook, and that's the movement. So the Rams now back to their own to the Steeler 14-yard line on second and goal. Foles going for the end zone. Falls incomplete. Cook, the tight end, the target.
Tried laying that to the corner, and Allen had good coverage. Foles put some air underneath it to try and get him. Now all of a sudden you're in a third down, third and goal from the 14.
Remember, we talked with Nick Foles yesterday about not wasting opportunities if you get into the red zone and leaving points on the board, off the board. Third and goal.
Well, because the size of Britt, wouldn't be surprised they throw a ball high in the end zone, but
looks like the same pass, and it is incomplete. And a flag is down.
Full start. Offense number 73. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
The second-year left tackle, Greg Robinson.
There he is there. You'll see him move a little early. Because the Steelers went for 2 points and missed it early in this game, it's now at a 6-point lead for the Steelers. So even if the Rams don't get a touchdown here, they get that field goal and make it a one-possession game, where it's a one-possession game where they only need to get. And with Zuerlein, his ability to kick, you need to get it across midfield pretty much. So this is an important decision not to force it by Nick Foles.
Foles, field right in front of him. He's going to take off inside the 10 to about the 9. Timmons and Will Allen closed on him there, and here comes the field goal unit.
You'll see Lawrence Timmons here. He's sitting in the middle of the field. He's going to drop back into his zone coverage here and just kind of sitting there looking for that middle zone. And once he sees Foles break the line of scrimmage, he comes up and makes the tackle along with Will Allen.
So Zuerlein, a 49-yarder earlier, this from 27 to pull to within 3. And it is good. 5:38 to play in the fourth. 9-6 Steelers. We remind you, time permitting, stay tuned for the NFL Today update presented by FanDuel. JB and the guys for all the latest scores and highlights from the NFL Today studio in New York. 9-6, 5:38 to play. And it's not just any old field goal, as you pointed out, that can tie it for the Rams. Greg Zuerlein has a cannon of a leg. And there is the touchback. We have a penalty marker down.
We're getting back to Zuerlein. Pre-game warm-ups, he had that 45-yarder that almost cleared the net. So he's got plenty of leg.
Offside on the kickoff against the Rams.
Offsides on the kickoff. Number 53 of the kicking team. Pittsburgh is elected to take the 5-yard penalty from the 20-yard line. It will be 1st and 10 from the 25.
Yeah, Mike Tomlin says he'll just kick it out of the stadium anyway the next time. Hey, remind you, Week 3 continues later today here on CBS and for some of you on Fox, and then tonight with Sunday Night Football on NBC, and tune in tomorrow for Monday Night Football on ESPN. Timeout on the field. We're back with more after this.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by State Farm. Find your agent at statefarm.com.
This is Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell breaking free on the left side and out near midfield. "23-yard pickup."
Beats him in Foster on the left side of the line, creating the hole for Le'Veon Bell to get through. Not even getting any contact till he's a good 20 yards down the field.
Jamie Erdahl told us not too long ago, during a commercial, Mike Tomlin looked over at her and said, "Fun, huh?"
Don't be surprised to see the Steelers keep running the football, keep winding this clock down.
This is Bell again, across midfield into St. Louis territory to the 48. The Steeler offense coming into Week 3, number 1 in the NFL, with 458.5 yards per game. 245 today.
I'll say it again. They're going to use Michael Vick in the passing game, try and get some misdirection. They've ran the ball effectively now a couple plays in a row. Fake one way with Le'Veon Bell, roll out the other. If he can take off and run, keep the clock running, or utilize a shot down the field.
4:10 to play in regulation. On 2nd and 7, Bell again. And this time he'll lose yardage. And we have
holding
marker.
Offense number 72. 10-yard penalty. Remains 2nd down.
Cody Wallace is the center, playing in place of the All-Pro Marquise Pouncey, who is not expected back till around Week 12.
Well, and Marquise Pouncey, you'll see right here in the middle of the screen, Wallace. But Pouncey, we had a chance with Roethlisberger last night telling us that, yes, Pouncey is the best center in the league, but they feel very confident in what Cody Wallace can do because he's been in this system for a while. He's replaced Pouncey in the past when he was hurt. He has a comfort zone with the rest of the offensive line, and that's why they've been effective up until this point of the season, because of his replacement and experience.
Vick on 2nd and 17. Quick pass on the slant, and what a hit! LaMarcus Joyner hitting Marcus Wheaton just as the football got to Wheaton.
Watch Laurinaitis come right up the middle untouched. Quick throw like that by the quarterback. You're not anticipating getting the ball out of your hands that quick and taking that kind of shot. And then the opposite end of it, as you said, Greg, Wheaton took a shot. So this Rams defense has played physical all day, holding the Steelers to just 9 points.
3rd and 13. Vick for the screen. Bell sliding down, lost his footing a little bit as he tried to cut. Number 25, T.J. McDonald, incidentally, reserve safety Maurice Alexander out of the game for the Rams.
Well, the Rams called timeout. Saw Fisher come running out on the field calling a timeout, trying to save as much time as he can.
3:09 on the clock. Just a reminder, your weekend begins here with Thursday Night Football on CBS and NFL Network. The Pittsburgh Steelers taking on Joe Flacco and the Baltimore Ravens. Will Ben Roethlisberger, does he have a chance to play in that game? Here on your home to Super Bowl 50, CBS Sports.
Well, and it's short. When you have a short week like that, it makes it even harder to come back from an injury. And not to speculate what's going on with Ben, but the Rams now are going to have over 3 minutes when they get this ball back, only down by 3. We've talked several times about Zerline and his leg strength. You'd like to go down and get a touchdown.
Rams with 2 timeouts remaining. Fair catch called for by Austin and made at the 16-yard line. 3:02 to play in regulation. To New York, JB and Tony.
Greg, Trent can appreciate this quarterback-led comeback.
Yeah, and I've been in those situations with Trent, but you see, you never count this man out. Andrew Luck, Dante Moncrief, 11 yards for the touchdown. That's 2 touchdowns in 56 seconds for those Colts. Come back, they take a 1-point lead, 28-27.
Making amends for the 2 picks. Greg, Trent, and Jamie.
Thank you, guys.
Well, I threw a few jump balls to Tony in the corner of the end zone over the years, so that was a good target to throw to.
Trey Mason in the backfield. Foles to throw. Going to loft it down the center of the field. Intercepted. Picked off at midfield by Will Allen. Allen back to the 30 and brought down.
And I really don't know what Nick Foles was seeing. He floated this ball down the middle of the field like there was no safety back there, like it was man-to-man coverage and there was nobody back in the middle of the field. I don't know if he just thought that the coverage had floated somewhere else. Right back here, you'll see the safety in the middle of the field, and I don't know, you floated up down the middle of the field like that. I understand trying to take advantage of it. Usually you take advantage of the middle of the field when there's 2 safeties and they're both out by the numbers and you can lob it down the middle because you know you have a lane. That time there, you had Will Allen right in the middle of the field. So I'm going to go with the fact that Nick Foles just didn't see it.
Vic going to give it to Le'Veon Bell. And Bell inside the 30 to about the 29, and timeout St. Louis stops the clock with 2:47, and the Rams have had their chances today, Trent.
Yeah, you think about how close this game is, and you know, looking back on what they've missed out on. They try a fake punt early on, they have it, which would have picked up the first down and gotten them to the 40-yard line of the Steelers. This one here is Lance Kendricks just dropping the ball, which would have given them a first down about the 12-yard line. And here, the last possession, they had great field position, and then you go back one more time to the interception, throwing the ball down the middle with a deep safety, giving the ball back to the Steelers here. And now with 2:47 to go, the Steelers have it second down inside the 30.
And I think it's really interesting that we began this day talking about that vaunted Pittsburgh offense with good reason. It's their defense that stood tall today.
Their defense has stood very tall against this Rams offense. The Rams have struggled offensively all season long. They had some opportunities against Seattle in week 1, but today and last week they've had their struggle.
Bell on 2nd and 8. And another whistle and another timeout, and that is the last for the Rams. .241 to play here in the 4th. A reminder, replay every game of the 2015 season on demand with NFL Game Pass. Go to NFL.com/Game Pass to start your free trial. This is a doubleheader day here on CBS. Coming up next, depending on where you are, you'll either see the Bears at Seattle to play the Seahawks or the Buffalo Bills in Miami.
I think for the Steelers, you need to run the football here, keep the clock going. You do have to understand, though, they traded for Josh Scobie at the end of the preseason, brought him in. He does have a couple of misses on the season. He has a missed extra point, but he has a couple of misses as well. He's missed from 44 and 46 yards, and if the play stands where it is right now, it would be a 48-yarder. But you also want to take the time away from the Rams and keep the clock moving.
Vic going to throw it. Has time. Throwing. That's complete. Inside the 25 to about the 23 is Darius Hayward-Bay. Clock continues to move.
Well, this is going to end up being about a 41 yard field goal for Scobie.
He missed 3 kicks in the first 2 weeks. Week 1, he missed from 44 and from 46 yards against the New England Patriots. And then week 2 against San Francisco, he missed a point after. And he will come out to try to give the Steelers some breathing room after we take this pause for a 2-minute warning. Back inside the Edward Jones Dome. Josh Scobie. Looks like he's going to line this one up from about 41 or 42 yards out.
When you have to remember, Greg, last week after he missed that extra point, he did have a 44 and a 24-yard field goal that he did make.
A field goal here would make it necessary for the Rams to score a touchdown.
Or there may be some people out there thinking you fake this and try and pick up the first down, then you can just take the knee and end the game. I think you try and make this at least where the Rams have to have a touchdown as opposed to trying a field goal.
From 41. And it is perfect. So with 1:56 to play in regulation, the Steelers stretch their lead to 12-6. And you and I were talking during the break a couple of minutes ago, not at all the game that we expected coming in today, is it?
When you look at the high-powered offense that the Steelers were possessing, you would think they'd put up a lot more points on the board, but you understood that the Rams had a good defense. They have a good front seven and able to put pressure. Ben Roethlisberger knocked out of the game in the third quarter. So now all of a sudden it's a different football team, and not that Michael Vick can't do it, it's just the plays are different and you don't get the same snaps. So two completely different halves of offense for the Steelers. And then the Rams have had some success in the second half moving the football. They've gotten some yardage. They've even gotten a few points on the board. They just haven't been able to finish off drives and put it into the end zone. So ultimately now down by 6, under 2 minutes, no timeouts. They have to have a touchdown.
1:56 to play. The Rams about to get the ball back. They have no timeouts available. Benny Cunningham is deep for St. Louis. Low line drive kick. 15. Just across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Week 1 of this season, the Rams hosted Seattle. They rallied to force overtime. Nick Foles to Lance Kendrick, 37 yards under a minute to play. And after a field goal, put the Rams up 3 in overtime. Aaron Donald, Michael Brockers into the game, stuffing Marshawn Lynch on a 4th down play, and the Rams won it 34-31. So here's Nick Foles, no timeouts available. And 79 yards away from the end zone. Complete to Britt. Britt to the 34. Again, no timeouts remaining for the Rams. 1:35 to play. Folds over the middle, right through the hands of his intended receiver, Jared Cook. Those of you just joining us, we had an interesting beginning of the day. During the introduction of the Rams, had a 25-minute delay down there in the lower right, a little fire inside the 5-yard line. That delayed us 25 minutes. Le'Veon Bell with the only touchdown of the day, and then an injury that sent Ben Roethlisberger out of the game. We do not know his status other than it was just an injury to his left knee. 2nd and 10. Foles. Complete. And out of bounds, short of the 40-yard line, is Britt.
Well, even though the Rams don't have any timeouts left, you can still, with the 1:23, you can still utilize the middle of the field. You can still try and get big chunks down the middle of the field. You can run up, spike the ball. You don't have to clearly or definitively throw to the sideline every time.
3rd and 6. Foles throwing this side, misconnect. 4th down. And what does Nick Foles do here? What's worked for him? Kenny Britt has worked for him.
Kenny Britt has worked for him. I think you use the middle of the field. I mean, the Steelers are guarding the boundary here. I don't understand that play on 3rd down there. I know it was supposed to be a timing back shoulder kind of throw, but they weren't on the same page. There's so many windows in the middle of the field, and it'll be interesting to see what Butler does here. Keith Butler, defensive coordinator, new defensive coordinator for the Steelers. Does he bring pressure or does he drop back?
4-man rush, throwing to the far side. That is a grab across the 45 at the 46-yard line by Britt, and a 1st down.
Give the credit to Britt on that one. Foles puts a dart up there, and only Britt can climb the ladder and get it, and he secures the catch and finishes it to the ground.
And they're going to take a look at it. That stops the clock with 1:05 to play.
Well, it'll be interesting when he comes to the ground to see if he maintains control of the football. That's what's going to be determined here. Antoine Blake was pretty adamant upon him not having control of that ball. The ball was bobbling there in his lap, but I don't think it hits the ground. You can see when he comes down, he has the ball, he comes down with that right forearm, and the ball pops up and is loose on his stomach, but I don't think it ends up hitting the ground. You'll see here, now watch the ball come loose, and it goes up into his lap. I don't know if it ever hits the ground, though.
I don't think it did. It looked like his hand was under the ball when he hit the ground, and the ball never touched the ground. So John Hussey goes under the hood. Great catch by Britt.
And right forearm goes down, ball comes loose. I don't ever see it hit the ground. There's a chance if they zoom in on that when he rolls over, if the tip of the ball hits the ground. I don't know if we could see it from the angles we have. Watch here again. Let's see if we can't zoom in on. As he comes down, the ball will knock loose. See, it comes loose, hits his side. Does it ever hit the ground? You can see it there. It looks like it does hit the ground.
Maybe squeezing through at the bottom of his arms.
Looks like it does come through and hit the ground. So,
Mike Carey back in New York. You saw it, Mike?
Yeah, this is another tough one, really close. When the receiver hits the ground with his forearm, the ball does not hit the ground at that point. But as he rolls, the question is, does the ball hit the ground, skim right there as you roll forward a little further? Tough to tell.
Now let me ask you this, Mike. The theory or the rule is if the forearm is down, then the player is down, that it's finished. But then you get into the next rule with is you have to finish the catch. So which one supersedes the other?
Making the catch supersedes everything. So if he's going to the ground, which he was, when he hits the ground, he has to maintain control of the ball all the way through that process. And if it came loose and hit the ground, that would be incomplete.
All right, Mike, we have a decision upcoming. Here's John Hussey.
After review, the ruling on the field has been reversed. The ball hit the ground. It is an incomplete pass. It will be Pittsburgh's ball, 1st and 10 on the 39-yard line. Will the clock operator please set the clock to 1:15, 1:15. Thank you.
So, Mike, what they saw was just what you said, that the ball appeared to squeeze through right at the bottom about waist high.
Absolutely. And because he's going to the ground, he's not down by contact when he has control and the forearm hits. He has to complete that catch through the process of hitting the ground. The ball came loose, hit the ground, incomplete.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. So with that, would appear go the hopes of the St. Louis Rams today.
You can see the frustration on Jeff Fisher's face. It's a game of missed opportunities. To be able to hold the Steelers offense to 12 points, it's frustrating for him because they came in with a good game plan defensively. Offensively, just weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Ben Roethlisberger carted off the field with a knee injury. Started this game tied with career wins with Terry Bradshaw, #1 of the franchise all time. So this would be 108. I don't know how much you can enjoy it from Ben's perspective.
Yeah, and on a short week, they turn around and play Baltimore here on CBS on Thursday night, which is generally a very physical contest because of the history between those two and division rivals. Ben's got a short week to try